I thought I knew everything about my straight roommate. But one night, just one, shattered everything I believed and turned my world upside down. It started like any other night. After a long day of classes and work, I was exhausted, ready to crash. Alex, my roommate for over a year, was the classic straight jock type, athletic, always surrounded by girls. Meanwhile, I was quieter, into books, gaming. We had a chill friendship, nothing more. Sure, I was attracted to him, but I buried that. He was straight. Nothing could ever happen, or so I thought. Then the little things started. Lingering glances, brief accidental touches, things I told myself I was imagining. He started acting different, more playful, maybe even flirtatious. Still, I brushed it off. Until that night. We'd gone to a small party, nothing wild. I had a couple drinks, but I wasn't drunk. When we got home, Alex seemed off, quieter than usual. As I was heading to my room, he asked, "Hey, you mind if I crash in here tonight? I just don't feel like sleeping alone." My brain screamed, but I played it cool. "Yeah, sure, whatever." He got into bed beside me. We lay in silence. Then he shifted closer. I could feel his body warmth. My heart was racing. I tried to ignore it. Focus on the city sounds outside. But then I drifted off and woke up to him. He wasn't just lying beside me. He was holding me. His breath was warm against the back of my neck. One arm draped across my chest. And then I felt it. Something unmistakable pressing against my back. Panic surged, but so did something else. Was this real? Was I dreaming? I tried to move, and his arm pulled me closer. His lips brushed my neck, soft, hesitant. Then came the whisper, "You awake?" I nodded. My heart was pounding. I don't know why I'm doing this," he said, his voice shaky. I wanted to move to stop this before it spiraled, but I couldn't. I didn't want to. "Alex?" I whispered. Instead of pulling away, he held me tighter. His lips brushed my skin again. "I don't know what's happening, but I need to know something." Then, as if confirming everything I was feeling, he kissed me. It was soft, hesitant, real. I didn't stop him. I couldn't. He kissed me like he was scared I'd pull away. But I didn't, because in that moment, I didn't want to. His hand gently held my face, his body pressed into mine. I kissed him back. Was he drunk? Confused? Just experimenting? When he pulled away, he rested his forehead against mine, breathing hard. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I don't know what I'm doing. I shouldn't be doing this." I searched his eyes. Was he apologizing for the kiss, or for everything that it meant? "You don't have to apologize," I told him. "We don't have to figure it out right now, but don't apologize for what you're feeling." He looked at me, eyes searching. "I've never felt this way. I didn't think I ever could. But with you, I can't stop it." "I'm here," I said. "Whatever this is, we can figure it out, together." And for a while we just sat there, silent, breathing, processing. He didn't kiss me again that night, but when he said goodnight, something in his voice had changed, something softer. The days that followed were a blur. Alex was distant, but not cold, just deep in thought. His usual ease was replaced by something cautious. Every time I saw him, I wondered, would he pull away, pretend nothing happened, or was he trying to figure it out too? Then, one night, while I was mindlessly flipping through channels, he walked in. "Got a minute?" he asked. He sat beside me. The space between us felt heavy. "I've been thinking," he said, "about everything. About you. About me." My heart pounded. "Yeah?" I feel like I've been walking through fog since that night. Like, I don't know who I am anymore. I nodded. "It's okay to be unsure." He was quiet. Then finally, "What if I don't want to forget about it? What if I want to figure it out? With you?" My breath caught. "Really? You don't think I'm crazy?" I smiled. "Number, I think we're just in uncharted territory. But I think it's worth exploring." His eyes lit up for the first time in days. You don't know how much I needed to hear that. That night he messaged me. Alex. Still awake? Me. Told you, I'm not overthinking. Alex. Good. Just checking. A pause. Then another message. Alex. I don't know how to do this. Me. Me neither. Alex. But you're not freaking out. Me. Not anymore. Alex. That makes one of us. A beat. Then. Alex. Can I come back? I didn't hesitate. When I opened the door, he stood there in his hoodie, hands fidgeting. I don't know why I came back, he said. I just didn't want to be alone with my thoughts. Come in. He sat on the edge of the bed, looking down at his hands. You ever have something huge happen, and it doesn't really hit you until hours later? Yeah, I said. That's what's happening now. You don't have to figure it all out tonight. But something changed, Alex. That's real. Even if we don't have the words yet. He looked up, and for the first time, I saw peace in his eyes. He reached out, hesitantly, just a touch. I didn't flinch. Our fingers intertwined, one step at a time. No rush, no pressure, just something new settling between us. And for the first time, neither of us was afraid. I thought I knew everything about my straight roommate, but one night changed everything. What I woke up to completely shattered my beliefs, and what happened next turned my whole world upside down. It started like any other night after a long day of classes and work. I was exhausted and ready to crash. Alex, my roommate for over a year, had always been the straight jock type, athletic, always surrounded by girls. Meanwhile, I was quieter, more into books and gaming. We had an easygoing friendship, and I never thought things could be anything more sure. I had an attraction to him, but I kept it hidden. He was straight after all. But something had started to change. Small things, lingering glances, brief touches, things. I told myself I was imagining he had started acting different, lie around me, more playful, almost flirtatious. I ignored it, convinced I was reading too much into it. Until that night, we had gone to a party to unwind, nothing serious. I had a few drinks, but I wasn't drunk when we got home. Alex seemed quieter than usual as I was heading to my room. He suddenly asked, "Hey, you mind if I crash in here tonight? I just don't feel like sleeping alone." My mind raced, but I didn't want to make it weird. "Yeah, sure, whatever," I said. Alex settled into my bed, adjusting his pillow for a while. We lay in silence. But then he shifted closer. His body warmth radiated against me, and suddenly I felt it. The tension, I tried to ignore it, focusing on the hum of the city outside, but the weight of his presence was impossible to ignore. Something was happening, and I couldn't tell if he felt it too. I drifted into sleep, unaware that everything was about to change in the middle of the night. I woke up not from a noise, but from a feeling. The room was dark, except for the glow of streetlights filtering through the blinds. Something was different, a weight pressed against me, Alex Dot. But he wasn't just lying beside me, he was closer. His breath was warm against the back of my neck, steady and slow. His arm was draped over me, his hand resting lightly on my chest. My heart pounded. What was he doing? I tried to shift, but his arm tightened, pulling me in, and then I felt it. Something unmistakable pressing against my back. A sudden realization hit me, stealing the breath from my lungs. Panic surged through me, but at the same time, so did something else. Something I couldn't explain. Should I say something? Move away? Was this just an accident? Maybe I was imagining it, but then, as if confirming my thoughts, Alex shifted again. His face nuzzled against my neck, his lips brushing my skin in a soft, almost hesitant way. My mind reeled. Alex, the straight guy, was doing this. Was he asleep, drunk, messing with me? My body tensed, my breathing shallow. Then, barely above a whisper, I heard him. "Are you awake?" I swallowed hard and nodded, his hand on my chest, flexed slightly, his fingers grazing my skin. His touch lingered, too intentional to ignore. "I don't know why I'm doing this," he admitted, his voice shaky, uncertain. Something inside me screamed to move to end this before it spiraled further. But I couldn't. I didn't want to. Alex, I said, my voice barely above a whisper. He didn't pull away, if anything. He held me tighter. His lips brushed my neck again, sending shivers down my spine. I don't know what's happening, but I need to know something. I swallowed hard. What the tension between us was suffocating in his hand slid lower. His body pressed firmly against mine. My pulse thundered in my ears. I don't know if I can stop myself, he confessed. I'm not supposed to feel this way. I can't, but I want to. I froze. Alex was admitting something, but what his feelings, or was he just confused, drunk, caught up in the moment? I opened my mouth to respond, but before I could say anything, he closed the space between us. His lips met mine, soft, hesitant, but undeniably real, and I didn't push him away. I didn't want to. His kiss was unsure at first, like he was waiting for me to stop him, but I didn't. I couldn't the warmth of his body, the way his lips moved against mine. It was too real to be a mistake. There was hesitation, confusion, but also longing. Alex might not have understood what was happening between us, but there was no denying it now. I didn't realize it then, but this was only the beginning. Alex's kiss deepened his hand, gently cradling the side of my face, as if he were trying to pull me closer. His body was pressed so tightly against mine that I could feel every breath he took, every movement of his chest. Test. My mind was racing, a whirlwind of confusion and desire, but I couldn't stop myself from responding. My hand moved instinctively, finding its way to his chest. Even through the fabric of his shirt, I could feel the warmth of his skin. Beat of his heart, was he just as lost in this moment as I was? Or was this all just a mistake before I could fully process it? Alex broke the kiss, pulling away slightly. His forehead rested against mine, and I could hear the ragged breaths escaping from his lips. I'm sorry, he whispered, his voice trembling. I don't know what I'm doing. I shouldn't be doing this. His words left me more confused. Was he sorry for kissing me? Or was he apologizing for something deeper? His eyes held a conflict I hadn't seen before, a struggle to reconcile what had just happened with the version of himself he had always known Alex. You don't have to apologize, I said softly. The words slipping out before I could stop them, but I meant them. I didn't want him to pull away. I didn't want to pull away. I wanted to know what this was, what it could be, but I had no idea how to make sense of it. He shook his head, running a frustrated hand through his hair. But I do. He insisted, his voice quieter now, as if he were trying to convince himself. I've never felt this way before. I never thought I would. I didn't mean for this to happen. But it's like I can't control myself. I can't stop. He trailed off, and in his eyes I saw something raw, something honest. He didn't understand his own feelings, and neither did I. I reached out, placing a hand on his arm, grounding him. Alex, I said gently, meeting his gaze, you don't have to figure this out right now. We don't have to do anything you're not comfortable with, but I don't think you should apologize for what you're feeling. His eyes flickered between mine and my lips, the tension between us thick. But I don't know what this means. He confessed, his voice heavy with uncertainty. I've always thought I was straight. It's not supposed to happen. It doesn't make sense. I gave him a small smile, hoping to ease his tension, even though my own heart was still racing. Maybe it doesn't have to make sense right now. Maybe it's just something that's happening and we can figure it out together. No pressure. He swallowed hard for a moment. I thought he might pull away again, but then he exhaled, a nervous laugh slipping from his lips. You always know how to make me feel better, don't you? I chuckled softly, the tension easing just a bit. I try for a while. We just sat there, breathing, trying to process what had just happened. I couldn't deny that I was still confused. Was this a one-time thing? Was he just experimenting? Or was this something deeper, something neither of us understood yet? But despite the uncertainty, a strange sense of calm settled. Over me, maybe. For the first time, things didn't have to be figured out all at once. Alex spoke again, his voice quieter now. I just need to know I'm not going crazy. I don't want to mess things up between us. You know, I've never been this close to another guy before, and I don't know what that means about me. I get it, I said, gently squeezing his hand. But you're not crazy, Alex. It's okay. Whatever this is, we can take it slow. I'm here. He nodded, closing his eyes for a brief second before letting out a slow breath. Yeah, okay. He didn't say anything more, but the way he looked at me, still uncertain, but with something softer in his gaze, told me he was processing it all in his own way. I wanted to reach out again to kiss him, to explore whatever this was between us, but I knew he needed time, so instead, I just stayed there beside him, letting the stillness fill the space between us. The night wasn't over, and neither was this. The afterday that followed were a blur of confusion and tension. Neither of us spoke about that night directly, but the silence between us carried the weight of unspoken words. Alex seemed distant, not cold, just lost in thought. His laughter felt forced. His usual ease around me had shifted into something else, something cautious. I could see it in the way he looked at me. Not bad, just different and me. I couldn't stop thinking about that kiss. It was burned into my memory, the warmth of his lips, the way his body fit against mine, the tension in his touch. It had been electric, and no matter how much I tried to tell myself, it was just a moment of weakness for him. Part of me hoped it wasn't, but the biggest question loomed over me. What now? Every time I saw him, I wondered if he was going to pull away, avoid me, pretend like nothing had happened, or maybe he was trying to figure it out too. A few nights later, I was flipping through TV channels. Not really watching, my thoughts kept drifting back to him, to the silence, to the questions I was too afraid to ask. Then I heard his footsteps, soft but purposeful. He appeared in the doorway, hesitant. "Hey," he said, quieter than usual. "Got a minute?" I sat up straighter, my pulse quickening. Was this it? Of course, I replied, trying to sound steady. Alex walked in, taking a seat beside me on the couch. The space between us felt like an ocean for a moment. Neither of us spoke. Then he cleared his throat. "I've been thinking," he said finally, "about everything, about what happened, about you and me." I swallowed my breath. "Unsteady, yeah." He glanced at me, searching my face. "I feel like I've been walking around in a fog since that night, like I don't know who I am anymore." I nodded, understanding. "I get it. This is confusing, and it's okay to be unsure. We don't have to figure it all out right away." Alex ran a hand through his hair, his fingers trembling slightly. Then, almost as if he had to force the words out, he said, "But what if I don't want to forget about it? What if I don't want to push this away? What if I want to figure it out with you?" His words hit me like a punch to the chest, really. I breathed. He gave a nervous laugh. "You don't think I'm crazy?" I shook my head. "Not at all, honestly. I think we're both in uncharted territory. But I think I hesitated, my heart pounding. I think it's worth exploring, for the first time in days." I saw relief in his eyes. He exhaled sharply, shaking his head. "You don't know how much I needed to hear. That I didn't know what would happen next. But I knew one thing. Things between us would never be the same, and for the first time I wasn't afraid of that." The sincerity in his voice made emotions stir deep within. There was no hesitation now, no fear, just openness. And for the first time in a long while, that openness felt mutual. "I want that too," came the soft but steady response. "I don't know what happens next, but I know I don't want to lose whatever this is between us." A small smile curved on Alex's lips as he nodded. "Yeah, me neither. So we just keep going, right? No pressure, no rush." Relief washed over the room. Yeah, one step at a time. The silence that followed no longer felt awkward or heavy. It was comfortable, the kind of silence shared between two people, beginning to understand each other in a new, exciting way. After a while, Alex stood up and stretched, a playful grin appearing. "Well, since we're taking things slow, I think I'm going to hit the sack. Long day." A soft laugh broke the quiet. "Yeah, same, pretty tired." But just before leaving, he paused in the doorway, eyes glinting with mischief. Good night, by the way, an eyebrow arched. Good night, that's it, Alex chuckled, leaning against the frame, just making sure you're not going to overthink things while lying in bed. I know that's your go-to move, an eye roll. Followed, though, it came with an unavoidable smile. You're not wrong, but don't worry. I think I've got enough to keep me occupied tonight. His smile softened a small nod. Good sleep. Well, then he was gone, leaving behind thoughts that for once didn't spiral into overanalysis. The future was uncertain, but that was okay for now. All that mattered was that first step, lying in bed. The soft glow of a phone screen cut through the darkness. A message popped up. Alex still awake, a smirk, a shake of the head. The reply came quickly. Me told you I wasn't overthinking. A few seconds passed before the screen buzzed again. Alex says, good, just wanted to make sure, fingers hovered over the keyboard before finally typing. You okay? The typing bubble appeared, then disappeared, then reappeared. Finally, the message arrived. Alex says, I don't know how to do this, staring at the words. The only response that made sense came through me. Neither do I. Another pause, then Alex. But you're not freaking out. Was there panic a few weeks ago, maybe? But now, with his words still lingering in the air, and the way he had looked before leaving the room, the answer came easily. Me, no, I'm not. Almost immediately the reply came. Alex, that makes one of us a slow exhale. The uncertainty was there, the fear of stepping into something uncharted. But it wasn't hard to understand. This was new for both of them. For him, it was something never even considered before he was figuring it out in real time. Me, I don't expect you to have all the answers tonight. We'll take it one step at a time. No pressure. Just be honest with me. The response came faster this time. Alex, I can do that. A chest tightened, both terrifying and exhilarating all at once. Just as the phone was about to be set aside, another message popped up. Alex, can I come back? Breath-hitched eyes lingered on the words longer than necessary. Then almost instinctively, the body moved toward the door. Moments later, a soft knock. No words were needed. The door opened. Alex stood there looking unsure if this was a mistake or not. His hair was a mess, hoodie hanging loosely, hands gripping the hem like they needed something to do. Hey, he said quietly. Hey, neither moved. If you liked this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. More anonymous gay stories with twists, romance, and real emotion are coming soon. Love.